straight. Orientation is lock, rotate device back. Ma'am, don't do it. I thought it was. Let me see. Hold on. I know I'm live. Relax. Let me see. Oh, we was here last time. Okay. Um, that means your sound might be muffled. I got you leaning a little bit. I don't have a mic yet, so, and I'm obviously on my phone here. Um, that's the best part of going live, cause you can go live and then get yourself situated at the same time. I don't even have the extension cord, and I'm turned backwards, so you can see the little cloth diapers up there drying, cause you know we're in the garage. We gotta work on getting the backdrop, work on getting the microphone and stuff like that. Obviously better lighting. If I put you on the, so I have a stand here. I'm trying to think, um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here. Because if I could put my microphone it's in my closet. If I put you here, um, it's a chance that, because it's a, hold on, let me take you out the case. Hold on. Okay, I had to pop you out the case. Hold on. Okay. Um, I'm trying to see something. It's a part of going live. You got to get it together at the same time. Hopefully the sound isn't as muffled. I don't think you're gonna stand like that. Um, hold on. Let me see if I can get this stand to let you. I'm trying not to muffle the microphone. You know, they put the microphone at the bottom of the phone, and then hopefully that's better. If you see any kind of critters or anything run across the back wall or anything like that, we are in the garage. So it's just a part of being in the garage. I'm not going to be saying that each and every time because I'm in the garage. Listen, you can catch anything out here from crickets to roaches. There's actually a snake over there that got caught on the on the what is that? The double-sided tape. There's like these little. Let me just show you real quick. So, um, I had I had bought these little green mats. It's a garage, so it's not gonna be clean. But I bought these little green mats right here, right? They're little artificial rugs and stuff like that. Hold on, let me get the grabber because I'm not finna go over there. But I do have, when you get older, these right here, especially if you have kids, these right here, these are life changing when you have kids because you don't have to bend down, you don't have to pick anything up. But I think what ends up happening is I do have like this little thing that I could do with the camera. Ooh, hold on, let me wipe you off because we in the garage, so don't do that. But listen, hold on, cause let me show you what I caught here. Let me see if I can pick it up. See, she got that double-sided tape that was stuck on there, and we did catch a snake. Mm-hmm. It's a little snake, child. And hey, like I said, it's a garage. So if you see anything crawling or moving or anything like that, it just, child, you gotta understand this is a whole forest in the back. But we didn't come to hear me ramble, okay? Hold on. Let me real quick. And then I gotta
play together.
That's all his games. Let me exit out all his stuff that he is trying to play at the same time on my iPad. I did bring some water here just in case I get a little parched. Sit down. Sit it down. Sit it down. I'm not gonna be doing all that. Is the Wi-Fi on? Okay. Okay. I did get a notification here that I'm live. That's me. And I'm gonna hit me a thumbs up real quick. Thank you for the thumbs up. And then we're gonna go because I didn't come on here to talk. I had turned over 2-3 many times today during nap time, and I completely missed Candace today. And so I was about to watch her. Put the headphones on. I can be doing laundry. I can be cooking. That's typically how I watch Candace during the day. And so what ended up happening was I was like, no, hold on. Candace, stop. Just relax. Hold on. Let me I don't know who Josh Hammer is. I don't know who Josh Hammer is, but we done left Brigitte Macron alone, and we are now on Charlie Kirk. What's the cat saying? Let me see what it say. The Candace Intelligence Agency, she got a hat. Child, my girl got a hat. Is that the same logo? Did she change the logo a little bit? You could have changed it at least a little bit. Let me see what CIA logo look like for real. I'm trying to see if they are same logo. I said it's no cap today, no cap Thursday. That's what I should have put. I should have changed it. I put Millionaire Thursdays. I put a shit no cap Thursdays. Hold on, let me see what CIA logo look like. And oh my gosh, she got the same damn logo. Did she change it at least a little bit? Like the three. Oh my God, she didn't even change it. I'm like, you could have changed something to it. Like you didn't have to have the whole. Oh my God. Anyway, go ahead, ma'am. Go on. You go. Just go. Cut it up.
They positively verified something about the injury that Charlie sustained to his neck that I think is going to go a very long way in terms of helping those of us who have been sleuthing, those of us who want answers, those of us who are dedicating our time to this, because what we are being told by the authorities beggars belief. As John and Narina Mappin said, it just simply beggars belief. We also want to make sure that we are presenting evidence and debunking one another where we can, so that all of us can collectively zero in and build on whatever facts we have in this decentralized investigation. This is about the injury. Okay. So Andrew Kovacs was, I can tell you, telling the truth in part when he wrote that very long spokesperson tweet in which he tried to explain why there was no exit wound. Do you recall this? Long story short, he said, I'm going to read it. I want to address some of the things that the lack of an exit wound, about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize if this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc., but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it.
This one I stopped watching
to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed.
Look.
His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive.
Look.
That he's like the man of steel.
Look, child, with these damn quotes.
It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable.
Look at this.
Miraculous. Now, keep that up for just a second,
Look,
because
keep that.
it's really around here. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. Now, we just went, something's not right. Something not right.
No cap
Thursdays. Not right. I just don't know why a surgeon would be saying something that actually only the medical examiner, somebody that specializes in forensics, could really contribute. Yes, a surgeon can tell you, or actually any person with common sense can tell you, that your bone density is better when you're younger. But this seemed a little bit too performative. Now, I can tell you the part that he is telling the truth about is that Charlie's neck indeed did stop the bullet.
Watch this
without
shit
question.
Look, watch
okay?
this.
Is going to dispel a lot of theories that are out there.
Look.
And I'm telling you this 100%.
Look, watch this.
Charlie Kirk was shot from the front. And the bullet did not exit. And at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. And I'm going to tell you exactly where it was recovered from. I have fact-checked this information from multiple sources now. I've actually been sitting on this for a little bit over a week. Right around here. So think about with that little elbow in line with your shoulder blade, right in the center. Now, why is that helpful? Because it gives us a bullet trajectory. Okay, went in here where you saw that, and it was stopped, and a fragment was pulled from. Think right if you're just touching your spine in line with your shoulder blade. That leads us obviously to the part that he's maybe not being forthcoming about. They did not recover a bullet from a 30-06.
Bingo.
They didn't recover a bullet from a 30-06. Just didn't
happen. Wait a minute.
Okay? They found a 30-06 bullet. Charlie's death certificate certainly would have reflected that. In suicide situations, that's just one example. Medical examiners, feel free to chime in. I've spoken to quite a few. But when the gun and the bullet are known, they are reflected onto the death certificate. Okay? There is not one reflected onto Charlie Kirk's death certificate because they did not recover a bullet from a 30-06. Hunters and military men rejoice. It turns out that common sense still rules the roost, okay? You guys were right. You were absolutely right. And this is why I hate politics, because it requires us to submit to the idea that we were all somehow born yesterday. That it really can just, life really can just be a Marvel comic with people that are, I guess, a DC comic where there are men of steel that are able, because they're young.
Just pause for, this where I got to when I was listening to it by myself. And I was like, well, I'll be going live at night when everybody go to sleep, so I might as well do wait. But listen to what she just said. Listen to what she just said. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna dive into it, but that this gives us an opportunity to take a brain break, because they told us it was a 30-06, which would obviously coincide with the gun that they recovered from the drop point. Boy, when I tell you, it's the wording for me. I believe who used to say that? I think it was Papa Duck who used to say that. Words and how they are decoded, but how their meaning is so substantial. And so once we heard that word drop point, we kind of already got an idea about what was going on. But now we just found out, major bombshell, that now it wasn't even a 30-06 gun from the bullet fragment that was recovered. So how are y'all gonna tie this gun to Tyler Robinson? Because that was his gun that would have, that again substantiated this 30-06 claim. I'm confused. I'm like, wait, so the bullet fragment that you found wasn't from a 30-06 gun, which means that Tyler, what? And it really makes you want to talk to Tyler, because it's like, well, what you thought was supposed to happen? Because what they telling us, I'm like, what were you told this was supposed to be? Like, I'm a little anxious to talk to Tyler, because I'm like, what did you think that this was supposed? What did you agree to? The drop point, okay, or allegedly the drop point. I don't necessarily know. Remember, we haven't heard anything from Tyler, and so because we can't hear anything from Tyler, obviously. I mean, but then we can't hear anything from his parents. We ain't heard from nothing from Lance. Where the hell is George Zen at? I mean, this is beyond crazy, but let her finish.
To stop 3,000 pounds of energy that is coming.
Hey everyone, we're having our biggest sale.
I had already took a commercial break, y'all, before she did. Because I'm like, imagine what that means. Let her get her. You see what I mean? Like, imagine what that means. Like, you can't miss that. And I gotta have my ears on today, because I don't have my my extra iPads for the baby monitor, so I gotta really have my ears on open. But look, she up at 809,000 views. I said, let me catch her before she gets to 1 million, John, because I know she's gonna be dropping a bombshell now. And that was it. I feel like I hear a Koa crying. Hold on. Let me go check real quick. Give me a second. I can do that. I hear him. I don't have my baby monitor on. And cover up. I heard you in that with all that screaming. I heard you in from all the way back here. I said I had to put my ears on, because I'm like, this dude here is screaming. He was asleep for about 10 minutes. Sit still. Hold on. Because I got the camera off. Cover up. What woke you up? You had cheated on yourself? I woke you up out your sleep? It woke you up. You shitted on yourself. It woke you up out your sleep. Oh, my little sugar boo. Hold on. I got it. I be forgetting about that little. Turn it around, y'all. We got some company. And you have to cover up, sir. You can't be over here with your business out. Hold on. Let me cover it up. Double cover. Hold on. Let me relax. I got some room to relax back. And then I got some inserts up there too in case you get the leaking. What happened? What woke you up out your sleep? You okay? Oh, well, we in the garage, so, I mean, you okay? In a new environment? You okay? You okay? We in the garage. I mean, I could have left you in there. Come on. And cover all that up. You can't be having all your business out. Cover that up. You were just in there screaming. Screaming. Cover this up. Sit back. Cover that up. I'm trying to get it covered up. Should have just kept the camera until I got it situated. So we apologize for any mishaps. Just sit like this and just relax. That wind blowing out there, ain't it? I got you some blankets because it is a little airish out there. Let me let it.
So where does that leave us, guys? Well, the part that is now extraordinarily suspicious is that Andrew is claiming that he had a conversation with the surgeon who offered up the idea that it really was just your modern Christian miracle. Charlie was just young and his bones had a lot of density, which made him stronger somehow than a Cape buffalo. Enough push-ups and asparagus, and you too can stop 3,000 pounds of energy coming at you. What are we to make of that? What are we to make of the fact that Charlie did not do that, actually? It means that he was shot with a completely different kind of gun, obviously, okay? Bingo. The kind where this would make sense, that it didn't cut through him. The kind where it would make sense that outside of an artery effectively exploding from the front, there was, his neck didn't explode, which that particular weapon that they were trying to tell us Charlie was killed with would have gone through about 7 necks. Oh. Okay? Oh. You will recall that throughout all of this, or during this mayhem rather, there were people who were insisting, by the way, that were on the ground, the witnesses that were insisting that they heard multiple shots. Oh. It's another element of this. But those individuals were not the ones that were awarded with mainstream media interviews. In fact, one guy, and this kind of went viral at the time, even got pushed, physically pushed, and was not given the ability to speak at all. They shut him up. It looked, if we were just examining the situation, it certainly looked like Turning Point employees or staff or students thugged him so that he wouldn't say what he thought happened. Let's take a listen to that clip that has gone viral.
I was standing from probably the 3rd row in the bottom. I heard the shot ring out. I looked to my left, and then I looked over to my right. I saw him slump over in his chair forward. He slumped over. He had blood coming from the left side of his neck, down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off. What
is that? What is all that? What's going doing?
A few years ago, I put out this video.
What the f is in your
And
mind?
immediately it started racking up millions of views. Why? Probably something to do with the thousands of haters and hecklers in the comments. And to all of you, I say,
Why did they just
thank you. That video launched the brand, and it completely changed my life.
attack him like that? In the middle of him talking, was that?
But seriously, some awesome things have happened.
He got the
May
clip
of
of the Pope
2018, I
in
lost
his
my brother. I was really scrappy at the time. I was in debt. I was
his
working
little
full-time to
ad.
pay rent,
That was
shipping
nice.
out orders on my lunch break. I hired
Who was
friends to
that?
help keep up with demand. It was
Leo?
super DIY, but every month it grew. A few months in, I quit my job. The ad came out, and then we
Why
really
did
started.
these people just attack him like that? Mid interview. I wonder who he was giving an interview to. But they just walked up and was like, nah. I'm like, what? The world? And he was like, you gonna get your hands off of me? I'm like, exactly. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. My booty wet. No, that's my Hold on. Let me see. I'm just making sure. Man, listen. Whatever happened to your little nap? So I wasn't even supposed to see you for a few hours. I wouldn't have never came in here if I known you was gonna be in there hollering and screaming like that. Help! Help! Somebody help! I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, and I know I hear you screaming because I'm like, I gotta have my ears on. I didn't have my baby monitors. Because Madison and Madeline, they got their iPads right now. But child, you had to hold on.
Certainly emotions were running high. He was just trying to speak and to say what he saw. And
Right.
interestingly, though, if you think through what he said there, he said, I was in the third row.
He was in the third row, very close.
Right? And a shot rang out, and I looked
to my left,
and
then
I looked
he looked
to
to my
right. Now, we're
right.
not specific on where exactly he was standing, but if a high-powered rifle came from 250 yards behind you, you'd probably look back first, right? Like, common sense, if you heard the sound coming from behind you, you would look back, probably even before your brain came online. Your instinct would be to duck into make sure that you're not going to get hit by something that's coming from behind you.
But
now,
even still,
to clarify immediately here and to again debunk some other internet conspiracy theories, that is not Andrew Colbert in that video. A lot of people were like, is this Andrew Colbert from Turning Point USA hiding under a hat? It is not true. I spoke to Andrew on this actual day. He definitively flew in to Utah after the shooting took place. He's not therefore on the ground. But the person that is in that video, as soon as I just put up a picture and I said, I'd like to identify this person, his friend first left a nasty comment, like, why are you trying to look out for this guy? He did the right thing. How dare we ask questions?
Right.
Like, how dare we try to get testimony from anybody else that day? Kind of then messages me privately because I reached out and I'm like, I'm just trying to confirm the story. And I reached out and he says to me, well, and I'm paraphrasing here, he doesn't want to speak to you. He doesn't want to speak to media because he's been instructed not to speak to media because he's gotten the Turning Point chapter into trouble before for speaking out in the media, and he just doesn't want to do that. And I said, that seems very strange to me. What are you saying to me? You have a TPUSA person who can't speak out about things. There were tons of people that were talking about their testimonies. It's very odd. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, you're telling me that Turning Point USA sent around a text and said nobody speak to the media. That was his excuse, by the way, for why he shut that guy up. People were saying, they're not allowed to speak to the media, so they were just doing what they were told.
Trying to make sure
well, then it's kind of interesting. You should know, but I then determined that the person doing the shoving is first and foremost not a Turning Point USA employee.
Why he had on that gear?
He is beyond that not a student at UVU. He is not a Turning Point USA student, therefore, either. He was actually brought in as a volunteer, which I found to be quite strange. Like, look, I've done a lot of campus stops.
Volunteer.
And typically it's the chapter of that school that does everything. It's the chapter that handles everything. Now, bigger events, they certainly work with other organizations, and it's possible, I guess, it registered to me as odd that a volunteer would have the courage to shut down a kid that's speaking in that way, in that aggressive manner. I would imagine Turning Point would tell their volunteers not to get physical with students on campus.
You ain't even got to tell
But what do
me.
I know? I just have common sense.
That's
Now,
common sense.
how do I know that he is not a Turning Point USA employee and he is not a UVU or Turning Point USA student?
Right.
Well, because despite him stopping a college kid from speaking about what he heard, that young man, whose name is Cooper, I'm very comfortable telling you this because, well, he went on Fox News that very night to provide eyewitness testimony to exactly what he heard and what he saw, because apparently he was the person that was holding the mic when the shot rang out. Take a listen to what he told Jesse Waters on the night of.
Cooper Brown was an event volunteer who was just feet away from Charlie when he got shot. Cooper, what happened?
Look.
Yeah, so this requires a little bit of background knowledge, but so I work for an organization called Leadership Institute. And what we do is we work hand in hand with all the different conservative coalition groups on college campuses. So the Young Americans for Liberty, the Students for Life, and the Turning Point USAs. And so at Utah Valley, we had been really, really excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk this semester. And we had spent weeks and weeks and weeks getting volunteers, advertising for this event, and just so excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk at this university. And then unfortunately it had to end in absolute tragedy.
So I'm trying to get in touch with this individual once I realized that not only did he speak the night of, he also spoke on Fox News the very next day, which would mean what did Turning Point USA? I don't know the answer to this. I'm asking genuinely.
A volunteer?
Did they say speak to this person who's not actually a TPUSA student? But he was there. I don't know how this works. But the next day, sure enough, he appeared on Fox News again. And I'm not sure if we had that clip, Skylar, but if we do, let's roll it.
That day, we had 30 or so student volunteers that were designated roles that were going to be helping pass out Turning Point USA merchandise and getting people signed up for the event. And my responsibility was, when the event actually started, to help manage just the microphone. So something simple as just raising it and lowering it, making sure students were able to speak into it clearly. And I thought this was a fantastic opportunity to be up really, really close, to be able to witness all the amazing dialogue that was going to be happening on campus.
From classics you loved as a kid to books that expand your kids' knowledge. Fuel the love of learning.
Let me put it down because I'm trying to make sure I understand. This dude is a volunteer. And so you end up shoving somebody who minding their own business. That's number one.
A couple of things about Cooper Brown that to me is a bit of a mystery at this moment. First and foremost, you provide witness testimony. You start doing the rounds on Fox News. You are fair game, okay?
Sure.
I'm going to start asking questions because I need to know everything.
But
everything's got to fit neatly into my timeline.
Oh,
so in trying to reach out to him and in publicly posting, hey, I'm trying to identify this individual, I received a ton of emails. One email said, hey, I'm actually his cousin, and here is his number. Now, I noticed that that cousin happens to live in Phoenix, Arizona. So I went and just checked some profiles on social media. I found some Browns, but they were all living in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, maybe this person's from Phoenix, Arizona. Well, actually, when I went through what he has as his resume on this website where he says that he works with this institute, I couldn't fact check any of the things. Went to school, a very small college in New Hampshire. I'm from the Northeast. If you're going to school in New Hampshire, especially not the University of New Hampshire, you can go ahead and bet that you're going to be a local. So I'm looking for a kid that's from New Hampshire to go to this tiny school. I found someone from that name with his name, but it was actually a girl that had that name and graduated in the year he says that he graduated in. He doesn't look to me like he just graduated college, but according to his resume, he did. And the number that she gives me, which is the first thing that registers to me as odd, is it's a Utah. I mean, sorry, it's a Phoenix-based number. So I'm going, who is this person? Sure. And why is it linking that number to somebody else who's 32 years old and has that same last name? I don't know. I intend to get those answers. But there's something here that strikes me as a little bit odd, especially given the fact that as a volunteer, as he expresses there, they decided to allow him to hold the microphone. That's supposed to be like kind of an honor at Utah events. Turning Point USA kids work really hard to put these events on. They decided he's going to hold the microphone. They went with a volunteer. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Okay? I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Hello.
So, if you went to the Southern New Hampshire University.
I'm sitting here wondering why your door open. It says sleep.
Correct.
I'm wondering why your door open. The door. It says took a nap. Why he sleeping?
She's sleeping.
So I'm like, what the heck? I see the door open.
Why y'all? How you know my door open?
Because when we was using the bathroom, I
Oh.
saw your door get open. So I said, let's go up front. We tiptoed up front. Then I opened the door inside here. I didn't even know Cole was up here.
He was in there crying. Y'all heard him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I heard him little bit.
I couldn't hear him because last night when I was in the garage, I had used the iPads to call the other iPad, and I had one in the room, and I had the other one in the garage. So when he cried, I would hear him. I could hear him, but I had heard him, you know, by the time he had got loud.
So you use our iPad? Well,
So I could hear him.
we do have our numbers on our iPads.
Yeah, but I'm on the phone. I was using my phone,
Hi.
and so I couldn't hear him.
Because I know the perfect thing. So when Miss Summer and Mr. Turtle, I think we should, instead of Mr. Turtle swimming in the water, I think we should let him like swim in the grass again. Yeah.
What y'all want? what y'all doing in here?
Exciting. I thought the door was locked.
With this Cooper Brown,
I'm busy.
and you majored with him in politics, and you can provide some insight. I'd like to hear from you. I am, again, asking these questions publicly because we are getting no answers from Turning Point USA or the feds or anything that makes any practical sense in this scenario. Why was everything so brand new on this day? Now, for those of you that are still caught up in what I just told you, which is that for a fact, Charlie was shot from the front. So we know the bullet trajectory. There's no games here. There's no magic bullets. It's a smaller weapon, okay? Your ears didn't betray you. My ears didn't betray me. We definitely did hear a very recognizable sound of a rifle shot.
It was loud as hell.
But I'm telling you that Charlie wasn't hit with that rifle. And there is not a medical examiner's report or a death certificate which will stipulate otherwise. It doesn't exist. So what exactly are the feds building their case on? Vibes or sheer corruption? Because I'm thinking it might be the latter. And who would be the person that can make that fit? Look, I did receive a tip, and guess what? There was another person in this never-ending, brand new cast of characters that was also involved in this story, and this person in an email insisted to me that this is somebody that we should look further into. That's the medical examiner. It's a woman named
Always
Dr.
a new
Deidre
medical examiner
Weiss
every
Amaro.
second.
Deidre Weiss Amaro is her name, and she blew in from California. She was announced as the new state medical examiner in May of 2024. I'm sorry, from Missouri. I think she also worked at some point in California, and she was announced as the new Utah medical examiner, state Utah medical examiner in May of 2024. So I'm interested in learning as much as I can about this medical examiner. I'd like to know more about this medical examiner. And if you've got something, you know this her personally, got a story, please do send it to us. More tips at CandaceOwens.com. Now, it is possible, given what we know about Fed-type operations and what we know about the JFK shooting, which we are still not allowed to tell the truth about, but we all know what the truth is, that there are often decoys, even decoy sounds, and it is totally plausible that there were multiple people there that day who found out, maybe even in the last hour, which one of them is going to take the shot, right? It is likely that a rifle was fired to muffle the sound of a smaller gun, which maybe actually kind of had to, considering the trajectory that I'm telling you, here to here, kind of had to come from the front of Charlie. And I will say that that is now my well-informed opinion, that we are looking for a person that was a lot closer to Charlie, likely in the audience. And that goes a long way, by the way, in terms of trying to explain why they're maybe hiding the footage from behind Charlie's head. Maybe that is the reason that footage was so crucial, first and foremost. And there are tons of other cameras. That one gets grabbed first. It seems to me that there's a lot of hiding, and there's definitively a lot of lying that's going on. I told you, Tyler Boyer lied. Just not.
I actually thought you came up here and turned the dryer off.
I've been turned the dryer off. I turned the dryer off when that's what I was up here doing.
Yeah.
When Seth was out. Seth was out the bed or up front.
He just woke up because he went crazy when he wake up. So that's mommy. When we 7, we never played this block. Now we 8.
Did y'all get a snack? I'm confused. You ain't get no more chips, ma'am. You done already had some chips.
But the person who took the cameras down was absolutely not instructed to do so by law enforcement. Just wasn't. Okay? So why say that?
Right.
Also, why grab the one behind his head first? All the cameras, why that one first and foremost?
He just looked suspicious when he did it, though.
The clip that I was shown.
He just looked very suspicious when he grabbed it down.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain happens when your cervical spine is repeatedly misaligned during sleep, creating tension and inflammation that prevents proper muscle recovery and healing.
You can pass me some popcorn.
Stiffness, the hidden danger.
Madeline, you can give me some of those graham crackers out of there too, because you'll try to sit in. You don't need all of them.
But only 20% address the root cause, and even fewer do something about it. Meanwhile, they continue to develop health problems.
You can give me some out of yours.
From chronic pain,
Open them, give me some out of yours. You ain't gonna eat all of them.
decline, and even depression. If you care about your health and future, there is one simple way to reduce these risks.
Who got the light up on?
Durela Aerogel,
And they just like,
designed to improve
there's a little like,
Oh, okay. Can you pass me the scissors, please, so I can open these? Should have bought me a pillow or something.
Yeah, I can open it. I can open it.
I'm just gonna get some scissors. That's why I get scissors? I only got 2 out of there. That's why you should have got some scissors.
Well, scissors are like.
Oh, kids can be on here.
For real? Even koala? Animals? Mr. Wow, I can't believe kids can actually find video. Well,
I'm on live.
Well, I think last time we had said that kids can't be on that.
That was on a different one. That was on tag.
I think this is the place are gonna actually die.
Yeah, I told you I had been all over the place. Going live here, going live there. And you could have kids on tag live. So just imagine how that was. That's how I ended up on X. Live.
I'm watching this video.
I'm taking a break. Commercial break. I told you. I heard it on tag. No kids allowed. Oh my goodness. Just imagine how difficult that was. So you see, that's why they were skeptical about being on the camera. Because when I used to be live, they couldn't be on it. He's fine. What's going on with this commercial break?
It was super long. So then we had a long break.
I'm trying to like tread lightly with this popcorn. Go and get y'all a snack. Can I get a granola bar, please?
To the right, I actually feel that there's this remarkable blind spot on the left of Charlie. Which is why I was
I
asking,
had put him in there with
if I
the
had footage, not footage if you're sitting there and taking footage this way.
Sure.
If you are Charlie, I want to see
To the
what
left.
he would have seen
to his left.
looking slightly to his left. By the way, despite the fact that we had this amazing cast of characters, all
Sure.
of these Caldera
George,
engineering connected people
Sure.
who made it to the mainstream media to talk about what they heard, there was actually one eyewitness there who could not be shoved out of the way and was able to make his way onto Fox News immediately after to provide a description of where he believed the shot came from, and that's Jason Chaffetz, right? Jason Chaffetz is a former politician and a Fox News contributor who was a witness to this event because he is from Utah. He attended this event. He apparently was in communication with Charlie ahead of the event. And I have to say that of everyone that day, he's maybe the one of the few people that I would say on the mainstream media that seemed genuinely shaken by the event.
Good.
He went live, was speaking through what he saw, what he heard, what he was expecting, and he was rebutting, because he was on a couple of shows, rebutting the idea that the shot was from far away.
Good.
That's very interesting to consider.
Uh-oh.
You got a bunch of kids who are trying to speak and they're getting censored. And you have a bunch of people that are giving a platform and they seem weird, right? Tiffany Barker on Good Morning America, vibes were weird there.
Yep.
Okay, not assigning any necessarily badness to her,
Right.
but didn't feel right.
Oh, let me tell you something. I was over there in her comment section. Don't worry, I ain't saying nothing. I told you it's No Cap Thursday. Despite the title saying Millionaire Thursdays. But I'm going to update it to No Cap Thursday because I went over there to her little video. She got the title Responding to Candace Owen. I forgot, Candace just said her name. I forgot her name. The little white lady who was on Good Morning America with her nieces and stuff. 4 o'clock in the morning. Because it was supposed to be at her house, but they changed the location to at the school. We want y'all to come back to the school. Bring the kids. 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. We were about 15 feet away. Artery. I went over there to a comment section. I put the blue cap in there.
Jason Chaffetz, however, genuinely, when I looked at the footage, he seemed shaken.
They didn't even look. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine how terrifying it was to have witnessed that.
The event, and let's hear
Especially for kids.
where Jason Chaffetz says he believes the shot came from. Take a listen.
I don't even know who to
Being
see.
there, seeing it within proximity,
Look.
it seemed like it was a close shot. The venue is such that there's a 4-story building, which is the administrative building to the south. The other buildings around the side are not quite so high, but you could be on the second level and watch Charlie. The police had moved the people. There were some people that were above Charlie, so that awning that you're seeing there, there's a place to be there, but the police moved people out to the sides. And so you couldn't be right above where you were at. But if I had to guess, and again, it's still raw, but if I had to guess and give a police statement right here, right now, today, see where that water is? It looked to me like it was in close proximity, straight ahead, right in that area.
Yeah, we're looking
if I had to guess. Again,
Stock up this Earth Day with Paleo Valley's buy one, get one free offer on bone broth protein. If you're someone who cares about healthy eating and increasing the protein in your diet, listen up because we've got the ultimate protein hack. Paleo Valley's 100% grass-fed bone broth protein.
The
Get
what?
collagen in your diet faster, tastier, and easier. Here are 5 reasons why our bone
The what was in there?
The granola bars.
broth protein is better for you.
I put some in there.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm putting that bag back in there. Wait a minute. Why is... I didn't know. Oh.
Because I didn't put all of them in the pantry. I didn't want to put all of them in the pantry.
Guess what? So when we had rules and some iPad, it was in the garage. We had you and some iPad making a video.
Making what video?
So we had some iPad,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a video of you making a YouTube.
Okay.
There's
I'm just trying to get...
But interesting.
Right.
And then elsewhere, when he's on Fox News and people are saying the shot was from like the Lowe's building, he doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that. By the way, Jason Chaffetz, he's been honest about his background. His parents are in the government. They're literally in the FBI. So he's telling you that shot was closer. So what gives? Also, why is everybody telling lies? I want to be very clear. It's possible that the people at Turning Point are simply terrified. That's definitely a possibility here. They are very much aware of what these people are capable of, and maybe they're just trying to get by. They're being told what to say and what to do, and they want to keep the peace. But here's what I think may have happened. I think that I accidentally ruined the Fed narrative. I think the plan was to never allow the back footage of Charlie to see the light of day. It never was allowed to see the light of day. That way, they were going to say that they recovered a 30-06 bullet. Right. Instantly recovered a 30-06 bullet. Or maybe when they were digging stuff up and there it was and it went through, we wouldn't have known, we would have been none the wiser, right? No one else is telling us anything or showing us anything. And I think they were going to say, or the other option, like it completely took his neck out. We wouldn't have been any wiser.
Hold on, Sean.
But then I watched it, and the thing that jumped out at me was that not only did the bullet not pierce through, but there wasn't a single dot of blood on Charlie's bleach white shirt until he falls out of frame and onto the ground. I think we accidentally ruined what they were going to try to do to frame this. I think they wanted it to be 30-06 narrative. Now they're going to have a lot of difficulty getting that through a courtroom. They panicked, tried to explain it away, saying that it's a miracle. I don't think it is. It obviously was not a miracle. I think it is likely that what we should be looking for are 2 people that had weapons that day. Somebody that was in the audience, somebody that was elsewhere with a rifle. That explains also why, by the way, when I take a look, there's so many adults. There's no UVU kids that were in the mainstream media. Cooper's not even a UVU kid. He's not a TPUS kid. Why were they not able to find UVU students to say what it is that they heard and what they saw that day? And what's really interesting is I told you guys already about Nick, who has been assisting me on the ground. And one of the first things he said to me was that I felt like they were coming around, the feds were coming around, and they were trying to implant memories into our heads. So he was like, I felt like there were these people walking around that we didn't recognize, and they were like, you heard one shot, we heard one shot, we heard one shot. And he's like, I know that sounds weird and conspiratorial, but it seems like they were trying to make us believe that this is what we heard. And it's interesting also because remember when Phil Wyman gave us his footage and he walks outside of that building, the two now infamous goth girls who were not goth at all, and they're just wearing black.
They just had black.
They say that they heard 2 shots. They never made it to Fox News. They never made it to the mainstream media, but they too also said that they heard 2 shots. Take a listen.
You see where that came from? It was right here, wasn't it?
It was like over here.
Yeah.
People sound mortified.
What can I say, guys? I think it's pretty obvious that our instincts about this have been correct from the very beginning.
From day one.
We probably need to be now looking for a shooter that was in the audience and to the left. I've seen you guys. I saw some guy, Alex Jones, created created a whole web and explained and did this all on a computer of where the trajectory would have to go. We need you again, ballistic YouTubers, gun people, gun enthusiasts, military men, the people that they're discounting and saying you have no right to get clicks. No, please get clicks. Explain to us what it is that you know
just let him
in this
sit in here for a minute.
decentralized intelligent agency, given the information that I am telling you. Okay.
Peanut butter just lying there. That's mine.
Should no peanut butter be lying nowhere. You should be eating your snack. Y'all should be eating y'all snack. Why y'all keep coming back in here?
I was gonna ask you, can I have popsicle?
Where's the snack that you just had?
On camera.
Have you eaten it? So why are you asking for a popsicle?
I just wanted one.
You haven't eaten your snack. Okay, Madison. Like, what you want me to say? No?
No, tell him you get the food.
What? What is it? Because you the one in here with me. You're lucky you ain't had no camera, no phone to catch all that crying you was back there doing. Ooh, your booty leaking. Oh, let me see. It's leaking. I got it. Hey, what you doing? Let my stuff go. Let my stuff go, sir. Let it go. I thought I did it. Why are you back here? Interrupting me. Cover all it up. Hold on. Take a break. Give my neck a break. Yeah. Obviously. Oh, you know what? You do got some towels in the dryer. I didn't even get them out. I just cut it off. In case you mess these up. You do have some in the dryer. Excuse me. Hello? Put your hands down and relax. Put your hands down and relax. Now, I know she ain't as comfortable as the bed, but sir, Do you want to go back in the bed? Because I could put you back and let you get you some rest. I can put you right on back in the bed, let you get you some rest, sir. Stop all that drooling. Right. See? Get your thumb and relax. Get your thumb and chill. Let
That
Candace finish.
Unless we have
Look
a bullet
at Candace
that's
and...
doing the worm like a WWE wrestler, okay? Bullets fire straight. And this one went straight into the front left lower side of his neck, essentially exploded his artery, and did not exit out of the back. But that is where a bullet fragment was found. So map it out for us. There's something else that I would like to point to that is getting interesting, and that is regarding Caldera Engineering. Now, I said from the very beginning, this company was shady. It flagged me as weird. All I was trying to do at that point was not looking to Caldera Engineering, but rather to track down the footage. Irwin Steel, this steel, so many steels were involved. It turns out the steels are big with Caldera Engineering. And things aren't adding up with this company.
Here we go.
Okay? It's just not adding up with this company. And I can tell you, I was receiving information from people who work with valves, who have been in the industry for 30 years, that live nearby, and said, I have never heard of Caldera Engineering. That's not normal. I've never heard of them. I've never worked with them. I've never received any of their valves. Something's not right here.
We are on live, sir. Look, we are on live. But luckily we on a commercial break because just the sound effects I have to deal with. Fooling with little shit, but that's what I told you what woke him up. What woke you up out your sleep like that? They just had you. I mean, you this listen, that booted that shit like that has to have cloth diapers. See what I mean? Like, and they all up there. They trying. Has to. Mandatory. Don't rush me. I gotta use my water. What I do with the... Is that the light? Is that the second? Hold on, sir. Okay, we got another commercial break. Are you done? Let me go get you another blanket out the dryer. Hold on, let me make sure. Because I'm limited with space right here. Granola bar just ran right through me, huh? Go ahead, Candace. You know I can multitask. As long as we...
I knew something wasn't right, but you can't just always go off of just, we know something's not right. We have to figure out what exactly it is that is incorrect here. Then I also decided to prod the narrative further. Another person gave us a tip and said, hey, did you know that there's literally someone who works at Caldera Engineering who is a professional actor? Like, no background in engineering, went to school for theater, worked in theater, was in plays, was involved in plays. I looked through everything, went through it, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why is he suddenly at Caldera Engineering? Like, not later in life, just like randomly on his resume is Caldera Engineering. Why are they hiring gay actors?
Not gay.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm telling you guys what are the things that I have stumbled upon. Then somebody emailed us, and this was strange. We have not been able to corroborate this. We can tell you the link was real, and that but we don't know if the internet was scraping and got things incorrect. But there was an Israeli individual who was listed as the founder of Caldera Engineering, We obviously know that Caldera Engineering had said that they did projects according to their website in Israel. I don't know what projects they worked on. We weren't able to corroborate currently that individual is still working with the company. We don't know if this was accidental. Sometimes the internet can do some funny things and scrape and put information where it doesn't belong. This particular individual has a very long background in engineering in Israel. They work together. And that's the internet thought that this person was the founder and the individual was not. But it's piquing our interest now. We are confused, I would say, at best, about this company, because when we wanted to go back and just determine who the founders were, well, just our bad luck. Company was established in 1997, so you won't be able to get those formation LLC docs. You can find LLC docs in general, but they didn't start digitizing those until the early 2000s, so you're not going to get anything where you're going to be able to see the actual formation docs. You can see changes they made in the early 2000s. You can see who the manager or the president, all of that stuff we've found. But I would love to find those base formation docs, and in order to get them, you have to go in person somewhere, and I am certain I'm not going to be able to get my hands on that. Something else that was really interesting, as I was looking into Caldera Engineering, was that they opted to, in their very early years of their company, use a lawyer for trademark purposes down in Arizona, right? And I'm looking at these early documents, and I'm like, wait a second, I know this lawyer.
Uh-oh.
This lawyer was introduced to me by Tyler Boyer, Turning Point USA. I've worked with this lawyer. I paid this lawyer. This is crazy.
Oh.
So what is the pipeline between Utah and Phoenix? I don't know. You can use a lawyer anywhere, but when you're formulating your company, maybe it was a friend. I don't know. But I now have a ton of questions about Caldera Engineering. So if you have any information, or you're able to find anything about them, or maybe you are an engineer and you're like, I've been buying their valves actually for 20 years, actually, and they're fantastic. They work great. I'd like to hear from you. Again, more tips at CandiceOwens.com.
On to them
All
sponsors.
right, you guys, I'm going to throw it to some sponsors. First and foremost, Preborn. You guys know I love them. So I watch too many people.
Get it down. Go through your sponsors, honey. What Tasha K say? Pay them bills. That is, let me put this shitty blankets in the washing machine. Can't get no closer to this. That is What? What you want, sir? I couldn't get no closer to any blankets than this, sir. No closer. Excuse me. Hi, Madison.
You should go be checking on me. So is it comfortable on the couch and
It's a lot better than that chair
Which is?
that I was sitting on.
Also, you have transform. We have your computer. Why do you have your computer?
Because I want to use it.
Oh, okay. Cody's chewing on his finger. Like it's a toy. He got teeth, so that's why he was chewing on his fingers. Give me a second.
Y'all done with y'all snack?
No. I came to eat some water. I just want to pee and just wanted to look on y'all. And the mess I came said, oh, he's fighting on my lap. And he's like, oh, he looks at rock and scissors, but she rocks. So I had to open the door. Yes, I know.
All the yawning, go ahead, sir.
I know that light feeds too.
Hmm?
That light.
For outside.
I was wondering, what do we need? See, they were turning the switch on. I saw the light. And how does the radio something go? It's not stronger than the gold. Wow. I wonder how many minutes it has. Wow, you're already on 70?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never like that.
We're getting all of your emails. I want to tell you, we're working on everything, okay? It's like an investigation.
Can you put that in the
never
trash?
stops.
It's done.
Just trains that are slowly moving as we get
I was
answers.
hungry.
Like I said, even that I've been sitting on for a while. I'm waiting for people to react, to see what people say, because I need to know who's guilty. Of what, I don't know, but I need to watch people lie. Now,
You know, it always hit different when you got commercial, then the commercial break.
Well, you have so many breaks. So this is the cardboard house. Yes, sir. Stop touching me.
Well, I mean, y'all the ones that need to, I guess put it up when y'all not using it. And stop acting like,
area of conversation that I haven't said much about, but I want you to know we are still working on it.
I put them in the containers,
Right?
in the cabinet.
One of them being the plane that people have recognized is military. That's tail number N1098L. So this plane left from Texas, went over to Utah right about the time that Charlie got assassinated. It dipped real low. It seemed like, who knows what this plane was being sent there for, but the fact that this plane had been used in the military rightfully alerted people to the fact that they may have had some knowledge. This plane may have had some knowledge of what was going to occur. But one thing I want to clarify for you is that that plane was being contracted. You guys noticed that it was owned by LaSalle Aviation LLC. We are awaiting more information, but I just wanted to let you know that you recognize that. It is strange. It did happen. There's no question. I've been saying from the beginning, this was a military operation. It's very obvious. The more you peel back the onion, it's very obvious that this was a military operation. So it's fitting that you would have a plane that the military certainly uses. Who would contract that sort of plane? Now, this is a very easy question for Kash Patel to answer. Hey, Kash Patel, most transparent ever, except when it comes to Epstein. What's up with this plane?
Except when it comes to
Certainly, you have knowledge of who contracted this plane. The answer, if you're being transparent, is going to be like, oh, just a coincidence. You know, just a coincidence. Somebody decided to take a vacation flight from Texas over Utah to do a little circle and return back home. It happens all the time. You know, when you're bored and you just have an unlimited amount of money, that's what you do. We're not going to get those answers from Kash Patel about that plane. We're not even getting straight answers about the other plane. That's the plane where Derek Maxfield, his wife Shalane Maxfield, they sold some beauty company, the billions, and they now run a human sex trafficking organization in Utah. That was that plane. I can't remember. 888 I actually remember. And it seemed as though that plane left. It went to Page, Arizona, and it appeared that the ADS-B transponder turned off. Now, what Kash Patel told us is different from what Derek Maxfield told us. Derek Maxfield on Instagram clarified that the Air Traffic Control Center was in agreement with them that they could stop transponding. Kash Patel says that plane never stopped transponding. So I don't know what the truth is, and I'm not even pretending that we're ever going to get the truth. What I can tell you is that the investigation that we have been privately conducting has led to more questions than answers. Obviously, multiple pilots, people that work at these airports, people who are invested in this story have reached out, and I'm grateful for that. Multiple people have confirmed that this plane was a little bit weird that day. It was supposed to land in Page, Arizona, in Millionaire FBO. Last second, it made a change. Just so you guys know, an FBO is just a private terminal. So if you're in a public airport, you go to Terminal 7. If you're flying private, you go to FBO, and it has a name. So that plane was supposed to land into an FBO called Millionaire. Last second, that plane decided to change and say, we are going to instead land into Signature, different FBO. Apparently it landed into Signature. That's certainly what we were told. But there's something off about that, because when people are trying to look into it, somebody at that FBO at first said, oh yes, you've made multiple trips in the last couple of days, and then that person said, I don't know what you're talking about, no plane ever landed here.
What?
Multiple people have confirmed this for me, that there's something very unusual about this flight. They're guarding information about this flight. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that we've got feds guarding like FBO information. We've got feds guarding Dairy Queens. I don't know. Do you need your ice cream guarded? What is going on? Like, guys, you gotta just give up. It's gonna come out. Whatever it is gonna come out. You would have to.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't put it past you. You'd have to get rid of all of us. You've got like 7 billion people you've got to ethnically cleanse right now.
Yeah.
If you want us to just forget about the Charlie Kirk story.
Exactly.
No one's forgetting it. Okay?
Ain't nobody forgetting about it.
Not the ballistics guys on
He
YouTube
got me
that
on
we're all
live.
listening to. And no one's gonna let this one go because, and by the way, that's your fault. I don't know whose sadistic idea it was to make this a public execution, but let me tell you where you made the mistake. Okay. In 1963, when JFK was shot,
no
people
YouTube,
didn't
no
watch it on
social
TikTok.
media. Look,
people mostly read about it, and then the feds lied about it, they heard about it. But to be able to have us watch that live around the world, you traumatized
in
all
real
of us.
time.
And not in the way that you meant to. You meant to traumatize us and make us fearful
She's
and
speaking
scared.
facts.
And yeah, that happened.
Inquisitive now.
Then you made us really angry.
Oh, that's because you lied.
Ooh. To be like this, just so
I'm
blatant,
talking so
in our face,
blatant.
looking at us as if we're nothing, and what are you going to do about it? That's the attitude.
Exactly.
What are you going to do about
You
it?
see how Pam Bondi was talking yesterday?
Then,
I ain't got to answer
on a
you.
dime, flip, and look us in the face and go, how dare you ask questions?
Right.
People are grieving. Yeah, we're grieving because you assassinated Charlie Kirk in front of the entire world. Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20
You know,
each.
you know,
There are 3
YouTube
reasons why you should
certified
try
in
it.
that commercial break.
Number 1, high quality. Say from 100% grass-fed and grass-finished.
Look, that's why I'm trying to
sea
figure out.
salt,
I'm
black
like,
pepper, red pepper,
you
and
got your
garlic.
nieces
Number
and
2,
stuff
no
up
seed
here
oils. Most other sticks are made with a
at
preservative
the site
encapsulated citric
full
acid,
day in the
which
morning, the
contains
next
oils.
day talking
Instead,
about
Paleo Valley
I was
nurtures
about
enzymes,
15
which is a
feet
much
away
slower
and
process that makes for a best
the
for
artery and
protein
I'm like, all that
Number
black.
3,
What?
they're delicious. Check out all these flavors. The beef sticks come in original, jalapeno, teriyaki, summer sausage, and garlic soy sausage. They're delicious. Mix and match your favorite flavors for just $1.20 each.
Don't have Paleo
Shop
Valley
now.
commercial on hers with her own Paleo Valley commercial. But people were so traumatized about that. People still gonna be traumatized about
From
that.
classics you loved
And then
as a
look,
kid
you know
to
they
books that expand your kids' knowledge.
repaving
The
and
love of learning with 50,000 plus
getting rid of all the
best
evidence,
Ready, set,
all the
learn.
historical
Sign up
evidence.
now.
It'll give you, she almost had a million views. She might get to a million by the time
You
I
had pretended
finish.
he slipped and fell
I
on
got
some
about
ice
20
in
minutes
winter.
left. She might
We
get to a
wouldn't
million.
have
She had
this response. You got our
906,000.
attention because you went after our attention.
Look,
You wanted
exactly.
this for whatever
Bingo.
sadistic reason.
Exactly.
You
Y'all
wanted this to
did
be
this.
public execution. That serves
Exactly.
you.
So,
So you get what you get.
yeah.
This is the internet generation. You get TikTokers
Yeah.
that are asking questions. You get our military guys. You get our ballistic boys.
Everybody.
You get the TikTok medium psychic ladies. You get everybody.
Look,
All
man,
of us are
y'all
here.
figure out who
okay?
y'all took out. Y'all took out
It's like
Charlie.
a high school class. You got all different types of
Everybody.
characters here.
Yeah. Facts.
But we're running this.
Facts.
Okay? We're running this.
Facts.
And we're not going to be nice to any substitute teachers that you try to throw in there. Calm down.
Not
No,
substitute.
we're not calming down. We're pretty upset, and we're going to stay upset.
She's so funny.
Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys also in an update about Josh Hammer, who's an idiot. He really is an idiot. First and foremost, just funny. I should have pulled it up. He also brought up his book. He issued a statement about the retreat weekend. Josh Hammer's live some teeth all the time. And so he was releasing a statement about how wonderful the Hamptons retreat was and that him and Seth Dillon totally did not press Charlie on anything. And in this public statement, he mentioned his book again. He said, like, I came to the Hamptons because Charlie wanted me to bring signed copies of my book. I mean, wacky. And this man, it's always appropriate if you're Josh Hammer to promote your book, which is just amazing. Anyways, his response yesterday to our
Y'all should have had your iPads on the charger.
between him and Charlie following the call. Great, it lets us know that the call happened at the exact same time that we figured it would actually happen. Our timeline, it had to have been an evening call before he tweeted public execution in this 3 hour.
Why are y'all
window.
playing then?
But these are the messages. We should read them. Charlie Kirk, thank you for your help, guys. A totally standard response that you say no matter what. Exclamation point. And then I assume this is Josh Hammer that replies and says, good luck at the campus visit start. Don't hesitate to let me know, or any of us know, how we can help. What's your first stop tomorrow, by the way? And I felt like that was weird because I feel like his whole story was that Charlie was reaching out to him because he wanted help to strengthen his debate. He needed tips on how to slug Israel so hard that he was like, give me the best talking points so I can go out there and I can defend the state. And I know that like a couple hours ago I was really angry. I said, I'm done with the pro-Israel lobby, but now I just love you so much that I want to get on the phone with you and have you, who could not beat me in a debate, teach me how to debate. That's what he told us. So we're supposed to believe that he didn't know where Charlie was debating. That was what the call was about. I don't know. I feel like you would maybe know, and that may have come up in a call prepping for his debate tomorrow, where exactly it was that he was debating tomorrow. I don't know anything other than that Josh Hammer is an idiot who can't be trusted and lies through his teeth. I do want to get to speaking on the topic of Israel.
I have a charger right here.
There was
pretty sure that's probably what she's looking for.
That came out. Actually, let's first talk about the Israel and Hamas peace deal that they're trying to shut down our throats. Now, if you're reading the headlines, a peace agreement is what we're calling it, has been reached between Israel and Hamas. Oh my gosh, because they decided that there's going to be phases, and Israel is going to partially withdraw its troops from Gaza. Hamas is going to release the remaining hostages. And this is, of course, after everything that happened on October 7th. Don't forget about October 7th.
Right.
And yeah, like hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are missing. And yeah, they have destroyed 85% of Gaza. And they're going to try to tell us that we've reached peace deal. At the center of it was Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. They arrived on Wednesday morning to represent the U.S. negotiators from Israel. And Hamas and mediators from Qatar and Egypt and Turkey also participated. And we're supposed to go, wow, that's amazing. Trump put a statement out on Truth Social. He wrote, I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable, and everlasting peace that all parties will be treated fairly. I can't even finish it because it makes me sick that they think we're this dumb. 85% of Gaza has been destroyed in this pre-planned, controlled demolition of Gaza.
Pre-planned.
Who's on camera explicitly before October 7th saying we need to hit them so hard that they can't come back. Jared Kushner is involved in, he will financially benefit from whatever they build in its place. Again, all of this began before October 7th, right? So we are supposed to believe that this isn't just, well, business as usual, we got done what we needed to get done, and now we can begin phase 2, but we're supposed to thank them. We're supposed to thank the monsters that did this. You guys have it in your heart to say thank you to Jared Kushner, Donald Trump, and Bibi Netanyahu, who are just business partners playing a role, convinced that we're all so stupid. I mean, let's roll the clip back from Jared Kushner when he sat down at Harvard, Assad operation, to speak about their aim. This is February 15th, 2024. Take a listen.
There are real fears on the part of Arabs, and I'm sure you talked to a lot of them who think once Gazans leave Gaza, Netanyahu's never going to let them back in.
Look,
Maybe, but I'm not sure there's much left of Gaza at this point. So, you know, if you think about even the construct, like, you know, Gaza was not really a historical precedent, right? It was the result of a war.
Can you
right?
give her the charger, please?
Different places, but then Gaza became a thing.
I feel like I said that.
Egypt, you know, used to run it.
Because I'm pretty sure that's probably what she's looking for.
Governments that came
She probably all in my
so
room.
you have another war. You know, usually when wars happen, you know, borders are changed.
That booty.
And so my sense is,
It's still
how do
leaking.
we deal with the terror threat that is there so that it cannot be a threat to Israel or to Egypt, right? I think that both sides are spending a fortune on military. I think neither side really wants to have a terrorist organization enclaved right between them. In Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable to if people would focus on kind of building up you know, livelihoods. You think about all the money that's gone into this tunnel network and all the munitions, if that would have gone into education or innovation, what could have been done. And so I think that it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there. From Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. But I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want the people to move back there afterwards.
Thank you, Governor Brian Kemp.
I don't think that Israel said that. They don't want, I don't think so, but it's all, like, ain't nothing left of it, so, you know what I mean, like, that's how he told me. Ain't nothing left of it anyway. Where you going with the charger?
This fall, Georgia voters will elect 2 public service commissioners. Make sure you're informed, make sure your voice is heard. Call Governor Brian Kemp, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, and your
Did you put your iPad on the charger?
say thank you for securing our elections.
What were you doing? Why you didn't put your iPad on the charger then? With what charger?
Short charger.
It ain't gonna charge.
Well, guess what, Mom?
With that short charger,
Somebody's watching your video.
That's why I told Madison to bring you that one. So let me watch that, booty.
Oh, she came and I said no. Well,
Exactly.
We're asking, where did you put it in? I don't need it.
Right there on the table. Man, it's supposed to be on the charger when you...
Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, by the way.
Right, exactly.
For the land ethnic cleansing, so that they could profit on the land and turn it into a beach town. So let me say this. This is our never again, okay? This is a Holocaust. The Holocaust just happened. A real Holocaust just happened. We will never forget this. You need to tell your children what happened in Gaza.
In Gaza.
Exactly who did it. Exactly whose families were involved in this.
Yeah.
And when you hear in the future somebody tell you, like, we're going to Gaza Beach for a vacation.
Gaza Beach.
You need to look at them like they are the absolute vermin of our society, because they are. They are. Their children will be cursed. Okay? You go and you play in the sand where you know that your forefathers planned to mass murder children. You will be cursed. Every person who steps foot on that, every family that is set to inherit what they did, they will be cursed. Your children's children will be cursed. Gaza belongs to nobody but the Palestinians. So when you begin to move the Israelis in there, and when the Trump Hotel gets built on there, I caution the rest of the world to stay far away from that cursed land, because something is coming. You can't commit that much evil in broad daylight and not think it's going to come back to haunt you. Anyways, God bless. May he get his Nobel Peace Prize.
I told you he wasn't done.
Sticking with that point, obviously I was looking to see what people thought.
Lay off
about
of the
that.
llama
It was very funny.
beans.
Came across a clip of Matt Walsh, who I adore. It's very funny. And he was saying about the Charlie Kirk messages, he actually thought they were fake because he said he couldn't believe the sentence that felt too on the nose. He's like, I genuinely thought that there's no way Charlie would ever leave the pro-Israel lobby. First and foremost, his support for Israel, he loved it so much. So it's like, you must have done a lot to make him actually write that statement, which felt too on the nose to Matt Walsh in that text message. I have no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And anyways, he gave some very sage advice, which is not going to be heeded by the Josh Hammers of the world, about what that really means. That your behavior pushed even Charlie Kirk away. Take a listen to what Matt Walsh had to say.
And at some point, if you're on the pro-Israel side, you really need to be honest with yourself and engage in some actual honest self-reflection and self-analysis. You really do. Because you're losing the argument. I mean, you're just losing. You are. And I've never seen any side of any argument lose this much support this quickly. I can't think of any other example of something like this. And if you're on that side, you need to have the courage and humility to ask yourself what you're doing wrong.
What you doing wrong?
It's never too late to say Kanye was right.
Oh.
It's never too late. I'd like to say that Kanye was right. It's behavior. It's how they treat people. It's statements like that, like just pretending like we're just making things better when we do an ethnic cleansing that was pre-planned. We're just better. We should get a peace prize. It's coming to an end. You can feel it. Like I said, unless they've got a plan, and maybe they do, to kill 7 billion people, our memory will not allow them to just move along from what happened here, a true evil. Anyways, before I get to some of your comments, I see that we are almost up at an hour. Go to some more of our sponsors. Pure Talk, first and foremost, our society works because of the freedoms that are guaranteed by the First Amendment. Everyday Americans should be able to speak openly and honestly about family and their traditional values without any retribution. And that is a principle that Pure Talk proudly supports. They sponsor my show, which allows me to stand strong behind the microphone every day and share the truth with you. If you want to support brands that defend freedom and pro-American values, I encourage you to switch your wireless service to Pure Talk. You're going to get great 5G coverage on an extremely reliable and secure network. And with plans from just $25 a month, you'll save a ton of money. Pure Talk believes in creating American jobs and supporting small business. So if you are a small business owner, you can save even more while enjoying white glove service. Stand with your companies who share your values. Go to puretalk.com/Owens and switch to my wireless company, Pure Talk. And again, you'll save an additional 50% off your first month.
I'm wrapping it up.
/Owens. Take a switch today. I'm telling you about 7 Weeks Coffee because you already drink coffee, and 7 Weeks is an American pro-life coffee company.
I had a time for this one somewhere.
One cup of coffee at a time, and they just hit an amazing milestone: over $1 million donated to the pro-life movement. Now, why are they called 7 Weeks? You already know, because 7 weeks a baby is the size of a coffee bean, and at the same time, a heartbeat is clearly detected on an ultrasound. That's why they donate 10% of every sale to support pregnancy care centers across all 50 states, providing life-saving ultrasounds, resources for moms in need, and real hope for families. And it all started with just one simple idea.
Here.
Use your morning coffee to stand for life. 7 Weeks Coffee is more than a great tasting coffee. It's mold-free, pesticide-free, shade-grown, low-acid, and it's organically farmed.
We did pretty decent.
It truly checks all the boxes. You can head to 7weekscoffee.com and you'll save 15% forever when you subscribe and get a free gift. Plus, exclusively for my listeners, if you use code Candace, you'll get an extra 10% off your first order.
I got some videos that I need to edit.
Plus your free gift. Remember, your order will directly help support a network of over 1,000 pro-life organizations across the U.S. Visit 7weekscoffee.com with promo code Candace today.
But we did what needed to be done, and we was able to, have other people involved and not have to be looking over my shoulder and stuff like that. That was very difficult to do. That was back in 2023, believe it or not. When we were live streaming on Tagged back in 2023. And we was on X last year for 2024. But it just goes to show you how much time flies. But that was also a very difficult time to be trying to live stream and looking over your shoulders. And then as soon as, they'll cut you live midstream. You'll try to get on 10, 30 minutes later. And, you'll get this notification, oh, you live. Cause you got kids, no kids allowed. You know what I mean? Like it. But I'm like, this is a dating app. I'm like, and most of us got kids, so I don't understand why. You know what I mean? Like it was just, when you don't make the rules, you just have to abide by them. And I do have to admit that was very difficult. Because you'll get up, you'll walk away, and you may do something. And somebody will run up to the phone and stuff. And it was just nerve-wracking. So, but once I, like invest into some more stands and stuff like that, I'm going to just learn how to, cut the phone on, put it in the corner, and just go on about my day, and just kind of live stream it, like, behind the scenes without me, like, sitting and talking and stuff like that. But right now, I'm just, like a reaction, so live reaction. Cause we already be on YouTube anyway. Watching, like content and stuff like that. Content consuming from everybody. Just like I was last night, y'all. You was going through, like, looking at everybody. Catch Nate Jackson. He's so funny. He funny. Gotta love Nate. I appreciate Nate. He funny. Yes.
Oh, that's the county. It's time. What does that mean?
Suspect on the
How long the video is?
We're trusting the
Oh,
facts.
wow.
Like, since when are we doing that? Merry Go Wrong writes, that's very funny. Merry Go Wrong. Keep speaking the truth, Candace. Thank you so much. Julie G writes, I've been spending a couple of hours a day defending you on X, and I'm truly honored to have done so. You've gone a little quieter over the last few days. The special bond that you shared with Charlie is evident. We're all seeing many videos of you both.
Yeah, I know they're quiet.
Thank you, Julie, so much. Also, don't waste your time. In case you don't know, there's like military bot farms on X, which sucks, but that is reality. And so you're not even fighting with those people. So they dominate on X, not so much on Facebook. There's a bit more real people on Instagram. There's more real people. But they do have bot farms there too. Radical Rat writes, thank you very much for that donation. Hi, American Muslim fan here. In the spirit of friendship between our faiths, here is an excerpt from the Quran about Jesus, who's speaking as a baby to defend Mary's honor, said, I am the servant of God. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet, and he has made me blessed wherever I am. God is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him. I think all of us are realizing the tremendous need for true faith right now, and I had sort of tweeted a couple of days ago that you can sense a chink in the armor of deception. Like, we're learning a lot about how a lot of money has been put behind these Judeo-Christian programs, which was something to speak about with Charlie, because he was, in fact, very interested in Catholicism. And so it is interesting to see that. I do think the evangelical community is feeling that. And let me know if you agree that people are starting to wonder, like, why does my pastor? And again, it's not every pastor, but it's too many pastors get up on a stage and preach about Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson. That is leading to broader questions. And I think in the end, all of this is good. Like, the topic of faith being at the forefront of our minds worldwide is good. A Sisters writes, keep it up, Candace. People like you that are the hope for these two little girls in this picture. God bless you and keep you safe. Praying for you and your team with love from East Texas. Thank you so much. 8 Birds writes, the more I listen to Candace Owens, the more I want her to be crazy, and the more that people tell me she's crazy, the more I want to listen to her. Thank you so much. Our government is crazy, and the rest of us are obviously understanding that and are therefore being called crazy. If you read about the history of Sigmund Freud, book in my book club. If you can't join the book club, that's fine. You should read The Assault on Truth to understand what sorts of lies these people are capable of telling, and why they're what they do, is they always accuse you of being crazy when you find out what they're lying about. They have been doing this for a very long time. Candace, it came from behind. You haven't been investigating on Elon's platform enough. I can tell you definitively that Charlie's shot did not come from behind. I can just take that or leave that. You can still go down that narrative. You can think that you saw that. I'm not saying that a shot wasn't fired from behind. I'm not saying that. like I said, I've given you my theory. I think there's two shooters. The entry wound is what is on the front. The bullet did not exit. You are looking for a smaller gun altogether, which is how these operations have to work. You've got to have multiple things going on. It's designed to drive you crazy. And that is why I'm trying to focus investigations. And, you know, I hope you guys trust me enough to know that I went through great hoops, multiple people. I had to confirm it the right way, and I did not trust the feds. Brennan Gerby writes, I have watched every episode that you have, even before the CW days. You are the best friend anyone could ask for. Charlie is lucky. Side note, wishing your kids luck when they try to sneak out as teens. They're not getting anything past you. You have not met my daughter. It's unbelievable. That girl had me putting her hair into pigtails.
Hey everyone, we're having our biggest sale ever on our award-winning.
She ain't got but 5 minutes, ma'am. Come on, please.
The other night,
Look.
because she couldn't go to sleep and she came downstairs, she said she just wanted to look cute.
To go to bed?
It's a ridiculous reason. It's a ridiculous reason. It's not true. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing she said made sense.
Look at him.
And there I was,
putting her hair in ponytail, yeah.
at 9 o'clock p.m., well past her bedtime.
Well past
because
yours.
She just wanted to look cute.
To go to bed. Ow!
Toddlers have a way of avoiding bedtime, and
Look.
it's expert. It is expert level. Born Free Rights Candace, I've been a fan since 2018. Finally got my wife on board last year.
You see everybody over here peeking in and out the camera. You got that one person over here.
Tell her, thank you. We're definitely a bit wild in the book club. Book club gets, you know, we go there. We go there.
See how you got one person who will come
But it's fun. It's very chill, and you know that people are ready because they've read the book, so you're kind of able to push.
And then you got one person in the back.
On getting people to recognize just how evil things can get.
And then look at this dude over here.
Confront that, and then everything will start to make sense. Because you're gonna go, how the hell have our public school systems across the
Sucking
world
on that thumb.
like a wonderful man? Insane. Brittany Schofield, lastly, she writes, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschool our 6 children. I am so glad to see that you started homeschooling your children. We don't live a fancy lifestyle. My husband has to work his butt off.
You can't live fancy lifestyles.
The value that it has already added to my life in just 2 weeks, and the happiness of just not racing your kids out the door, but actually be structuring things and realizing they're going to learn and how funny it is they are literally removing joy from our home and taking that joy and turning our kids into unhappy, miserable creatures that question, you know, our parents are awful and they're woke, and by the time, you know, by the time your kid gets through, obviously the school system and through college, go, what happened? And what happened is that we gave up our blessed resource. We just gave it to the system. It's so wrong, and I gotta tell you, it's working. So many moms are pulling their kids out that they're now trying to pass laws against homeschooling. That's amazing. I mean, it's not amazing they're trying to pass laws, but it's amazing that they're feeling the pressure, which I will speak about more, obviously, in the weeks to come, and exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. We're still figuring this thing out, but every day is a new adventure. I hope that it inspires people to take the step. You will figure it out. Human beings are adaptable, and I can tell you it is way more rewarding. Anyways, you guys, I am going on vacation.
It's really just itching. Calm
Love
down.
you.
I like
Send
people
me
don't
tips if you have
dig in their
topics
nose.
that we discussed today.
How long you gonna be
Tips at
gone, ma'am?
CandaceOwens.com
Because we on break
or
too.
tips at CandaceOwens.com. I will obviously
We on break.
be lurking. I
Of
will
course.
be putting together more pieces.
When
As
are
I
you
said, this
coming
investigation
back?
is ongoing, and I
Tonight
expect
she
that when
on
we get back,
vacation.
I'm going to have even more explosive revelations for you. You're absolutely doing this.
We're gonna
for
miss
Charlie
you.
Kirk. We will not forget. Okay, 9/10. We're
We
not going to
can't.
forget 9/10.
Right.
Least of all, when it hasn't been solved. So, if you'd like to support us, obviously, join
Look at
our
the hat. I told
decentralized
you.
intelligence agency. It is truly
When
because
are you
people around the
coming
world
back,
are
man?
sensing
Well,
how
see when
evil
you
this
get
was
back, I
and how
guess.
bad it is that they are
Oh
joining
my
in
God, we on
and
fall
giving
break.
information where they can. We will always
And
protect
we
you.
plugged out early, the day for, but the day before.
Join the decentralized
So I'm gonna go back to class until
agency.
next
And
Wednesday.
we
Cover all
are-
that
I
up,
feel
sir.
optimistic, guys. We are going to solve this thing. I'll see you in a bit.
You could have at least been like, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So should probably take next week, the whole week off, a week and a half if something don't happen. Hold on, let me get the net Tekashi real quick. Hold on, 'cause I saw him. My mind does not hate Cardi. I don't even know it. Hold on. Just go to play it. What? He ain't gonna let me get to Tekashi. Look, he ready. In the meantime, in between time. Okay, love you, bye. Y'all want to say bye? I'm finna go.
Okay, I'll say
Look. I was trying to call Tekashi. I didn't see it.
bye. Wait. Y'all can see this tomorrow?
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
See you later.
Almost.
Well, you understand, you mentioned Jim Jones and Cardi B being gang members. What was the point of that?
Make this its own clip. Repeat it again.
You understand, you mentioned that Jim Jones and Cardi B were gang members.
People love saying that I mentioned Cardi B and Jim Jones. I never mentioned them. I never brought them up. Harv's attorney, look at the docket. Grab this clip, this DJ Vlad clip, make it a split screen, and see who was asking me questions. Harv's attorney cross-examined me and brought them up. I never spoke on Cardi B. I never spoke on Jim Jones. They cross-examined me about the questioning, and that's how their name came up. But the narrative to make 6ix9ine look bad is like, yo, he was telling on everybody. Cut this clip side by side.
Bless you.
He did it too.
Where Harv's attorney during
He did it too.
brings up Jim Jones and Cardi B. They must mention them niggas. Who the fuck is them niggas? Side by side, make this his own clip. Side by side and say docket. It's gonna say Harv's attorney. What was Harv's attorney's name?
Look, he did it too.
Side by side, this
Look,
clip.
how we do that, y'all? How we do that?
That he never spoke on. And
He
they go
got
like,
it.
Damn.
He got it
He's telling
scroller
the
too.
truth again on. He's talking facts, but you know what it's gonna be? Watch this clip be the Vlad. Look at me. Watch the
Look
Cardi
at me.
Jim Jones clip be the less viewed. Why? Because it's facts, and people don't like facts. You get it?
Him and that weed, Lord.
Right. Okay, here we go.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, no. I'm what you're talking about. So,
Can I put my glasses back on?
examined by Alex Hewitt.
No, that's not his attorney's name. But who's Harv's attorney? That's not his attorney.
Okay, because I'm looking at an article right now.
Yo, Don, just put who's Harv's attorney and watch this side by side clip right now. Come up.
Well, okay. Alex Hewitt.
Was it Nuke's attorney? That's
Defense
Nuke's?
attorney Alex Hewitt asked you knew Cardi B was a blood. You said correct.
Listen, look at me, Vlad. Vlad,
Look at me.
You said who's? You said the prosecutors?
No.
Alex Hewitt.
Prosecutors?
No.
That's defense attorney Alex Hewitt.
All right, so who's?
That's either Harv or Nuke's defense attorney.
Okay, so who brought up Cardi B?
The defense.
Defense attorney.
Right.
And I bring him on and say, yo, listen, let me tell on Cardi B, let me tell on Jim Jones.
No.
Who brought up their names?
The defense.
Well, you could have also said I don't know.
You can't say that. You're subpoenaed under the thing. You know what I mean?
You're under oath. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm under oath. Right there.
Under
they
the
get an
thing.
acquittal and I go to jail.
Right. Ooh.
Remember when the whole blood situation in LA happened when Cardi B said flu?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And they said Cardi B and 6ix9ine no fly zone in LA for the what event was it?
I know what you're talking about. She had the blue coat and she said flu. Yeah, I remember.
So say I would have said I don't know, and then they bring that clip up where they were like, "Yo, 6ix9ine, were you banned in LA with Cardi B?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." But they said, "But just a second ago, you said you didn't know."
Right.
Who goes to jail for perjury?
You.
You do.
Huh?
You.
So why people ignoring these facts? Who brought up Cardi B and Jim Jones?
The defense.
The defense attorney.
Did I bring them up?
No.
I get it. All right.
They're gonna ignore this clip, right?
You cleared it up. I get it. I see what
Come
you're
on,
saying.
bro. I do this. I really talk facts. This is what I do. I talk facts.
Right.
3.5 hours. You haven't got me yet.
Right.
Why now? Are utility bills so high? Where are the politicians?
He almost had 100K with that one now. 76. He almost said 100K.